UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Hello and welcome to the Education Forum, where we bring you the latest developments in the education sector. I'm Cherotich Merab Sozi, and today we are here at Trinity College Nabingo, a school founded in 1942 by the Catholic Church, specifically the Franciscan Sisters of Immaculate Heart of Mary. And today they have an exhibition basing on the curriculum. The school has organized a fair to showcase various innovations in subjects. And the theme of this fair is empowering the girl child holistically through innovation and sustainable development. Uganda's new law curriculum that rolled out in 2020 is a competence-based focusing on the 21st century, critical thinking, creativity, innovation, and including continuous assessments and also project work in addition to end of the cycle assessments. And today we shall be looking at the different exhibitions that the students have set up, and they will be talking to us more on what these projects are about and what they have done, and they will be guiding us through their amazing work. We also have different adjudicators who are going to be part of this amazing exhibition, and they have a lot that they are going to be looking out for, including creativity, including innovation, and how best the students have presented their work. Here we are with our lovely students under the guidance and counseling. Yes. Who, under the guidance and counseling class, who will be guiding us through what they're exhibiting today, how they chose this project, and best explaining to us how it can benefit us. And let us learn more. Over to you. You're most welcome. We are live on the Education Forum. Tell us your name and explain to us your project.
My name is Mary Lillian Akongo. I'm in Senior 6B. About the craft shoes, we came up with the idea of making craft shoes because the school had abolished the idea of putting on Crocs. So we came up with the idea of making craft shoes. We make them out of nylon threads, and we use the cat tires to make the sole, and we use art and design to design the different fashions of the craft shoes.
Okay, yes. So what inspired you exactly? You mentioned it was because the school had abolished the wearing of Crocs. So what tickled you to go ahead and choose this in particular? Because you also mentioned you use tires to make the craft. So what inspired you to do this, and also explain to us the process?
The process of
Yes.
making. One of my friends inspired me making craft shoes, so I had to bring the idea to school, and I requested the college mother to make craft shoes, and she permitted us. That's why we are making them. And the process of making, first of all, we use nylon threads. They are crocheted. We crochet them. We use nylon threads plus a needle. We crochet. Then after crocheting, we use a water level to fix it inside so that when a person puts on their shoes, they don't scratch them. We use even different layers. For example, the first layer is made out of a Macintosh. So we get the outfits, the cutouts, then we cut according to different leg sizes. Then we also put gum to attach them together. We also use a scissor. We use a scissor for cutting around the parts which are protruded, and we also use a sandpaper for shaping them to become into a real shoe.
Very, very interesting over there. Very, very colorful as well. Since when you crochet, you can use several different colors while crocheting. And if I were to go to the market and I found you, how much would I be able to purchase these particular sandals?
So the particular sandals, they differ. So the small sizes of young kids are for 10,000 each. Then medium sizes 38, 39, 20,000. Then for men, they are a bit bigger. They are for 30. Yes.
So there you have it. Men's are more expensive because your feet are bigger. For children, quite affordable, even for the usual women's size. Very, very, very affordable. And we encourage parents also who are coming to also buy for their loved ones. Yes, thank you very, very much. And over to this side, we have something really, really amazing. As a woman, I love smelling so good. And we have fragrances over here. And our students here are going to explain to us how they came about with these fragrances, their different scents, and they will be telling us, are they okay? Because sometimes people, when they use certain fragrances, experience a lot of headache. Is it friendly? So welcome to the Education Forum. Please tell us your name and talk about your project.
My name is Nakandi Abigail. I'm in Senior 4B. And my project is called the Tree Fumes. In these fumes, we have tree fumes and also the hair growth. Yeah. So the fumes are made out of vanilla, lemon, strawberry. Yeah. Yeah. We have the lemon, the vanilla, the strawberry. And though we make these things, the process in the production, we get the different extracts from the plants, the vanilla, also the fruits. We get them together, fuse them in a container, and then we seal them. We give them 7 days so that they can fuse together and make the perfect scent. Then we package them, as you see, this. Then for the hair growth, we mainly use 3 ingredients. That's sunflower, the cloves, and the rosemary. So for these ones, they take a shorter time compared to the perfumes, though the process is almost the same because they're fused together, the leaves, the fruits also together, put them in a container, seal it, then after, keep them for 3 days. They take 3 days to fuse the hair growth, yeah. Yeah, that's the process for production of these two.
There you have it. Slay on a budget. Look lovely, smell good, grow your hair on a budget. This has been the Guidance and Counseling Club exhibiting shoes and perfumes with hair oil. We all know that Uganda relies majorly on agriculture for its economy. And of course, this being an exhibition on agriculture under the geography class, with it majorly focusing on urban farming, our lovely students here are going to be able to explain to us what their project is, what it's about, what inspired them, and very interestingly, they even have live fish, things that they have grown here. So welcome to the Education Forum.
Thank you.
Tell us your name and tell us more about this project.
My name is Biargaba Bernie Scholastica. A student from Senior 3Y. So this is urban farming, a project that we came up with due to the various ways that people in urban centers are failing to utilize the small space that they have in urban areas. So we used various materials. The major problems we discovered were water scarcity, shortages of food, whereby when we carry out the urban farming methods, we realize that we shall have foods grown for human consumption. Also, we discovered there is poverty in various areas. So we decided that when these crops are grown, when this fish is kept, it can be sold, and then it is an income generating source.
Thank you very, very much, Scholastica. And if you look at our lovely display over here, she mentioned having a small space but trying to utilize the small space that you have. There is a lot going on here, from planting of different crops to fish farming and other activities, irrigation, and we also have other students here that are going to explain to us more about this project. Yes, welcome to the Education Forum. Tell us your name and explain to us more about this project.
My name is Nantale Trinity, and my emphasis is on the water pump. So this is a turbine-powered water pump. How it works, water is pumped from beneath the ground and flows up into the tank. Following pressure in physics, the lower you pump the water, the higher you raise it. That's why our pump stands higher than anything at the campus. So inside here we have a water turbine. The water turbine is rotated with this stick, generating more wind energy to push the water into the reservoir to supply water.
Wow, very, very interesting innovation over there. And of course you can see they used materials that are easily accessible. So very interesting water pump over here. Yes, for us who are actually having an up close of this, the water is actually pumping and it goes to the fish and of course irrigating the other plants as well. And over to our dear Nakaiba, come over here. Explain to us more about this project.
Thank you very much. So my basis today is going to be about the irrigation farming. So the first thing we did was to make sure that the water reservoir is at a reasonable height, because when you do follow pressure in physics, they say that the pressure that pumps the water to the other parts depends on the height and the density. Now, the higher the reservoir is, the further the water will go, which is why you're seeing that our reservoir is higher. Now, the method that we're using today is drip irrigation, but we have done it in two ways. The first way being that we have made pipes that have been punctured, and that when the water passes through, it slowly drips the water onto the crops. The second type that we have used is a common pipe type, which we are all used to, the punctured bottles, whereby you put water in bottles and then water slowly drips onto the crops, enabling them to be watered for the whole year, ensuring that there is food security throughout the year. Like, we can easily plant crops the whole year, and yes, you can easily have food reserves. Then to mention a little about the cattle keeping, we chose zero grazing to this because we don't have enough space in the city. So you can't set up a project like paddocking or anything of that sort. So we are using the dung from the cattle to fertilize the crops in the garden and the remains of the crops to feed the cattle. In other words, we are using the environment to develop ourselves without having to put a lot of time and resources in it. Yes, thank you.
Thank you very, very, very much. There you have it. We have a limited small space, but we have a lot going on. We can keep cattle, and as she mentioned, the dung from the cattle can be used as manure for the crops. She explained the different irrigation systems that can be used to grow the different crops in a limited small space. So that is urban farming here. That is being exhibited by the lovely students of geography. And you look more at the wonderful, wonderful exhibition that they have put up. Thank you. Food not only nourishes our stomachs, but also nourishes our soul. And our exhibitor right now is the Home Economics Department, and the aromas that are coming from here. Very, very, very amazing. And we have lovely students here who are going to be taking us through this entire process and also talking about their exhibition. Hello and welcome to the Education Forum. Tell us your name and tell us more about your project.
So my name is Nagawa Ivita Mary Martha, and so as we know that the theme this year is empowering the girl child holistically through innovation for sustainable development. So right now we decided to make the cakes because we are empowering ourselves. We can do this and we can manage this. So here we have the we have the carrot cakes, we have the marble cakes, banana cakes, we have millet cakes, and we actually put in traditional food values. Like, okay, normally people want cakes and like there's a lot of fat and all other stuff, and you can easily get, okay, it's not healthy. But this year we were like, let's put in something new. Maybe the groundnuts, the millet, all that have nutritional values. For example, the banana cake, we're getting vitamin C with phosphorus. The carrots have high fiber, so a lot of ingredients and a lot of nutrition value. So that's what we're trying to do this year. Yes.
Well, very, very interesting. As you see, she mentioned with different cakes, they put in different ingredients. We have carrots, we have bananas. It's not only about the flour anymore. So very many different ingredients can be incorporated into making lovely cakes. So tell us exactly, what inspired you to do this project?
So first of all, I really have the passion for baking. I really love it so much. I do it with all my heart. So I decided, like, this year, let's us decide as a group, and we bake cakes, and we make it new. We add in different flavors that people don't know about. For example, the groundnuts. No one has actually heard about the groundnut cake, and it's actually very tasty. And like we have the bananas. Like, okay, banana cake is kind of common, but so we try to do millet cake so that we put millet powder, and it tastes amazing. We have the carrot cake, and actually what we did, you can actually have a choice. You either have the fruit itself, for example, the banana cake. You can use the bananas themselves, and you mix it with the eggs, or you can dry the bananas, and then you grind in a grinding machine, and then you make powder form of anything, like maybe carrots or the matoke, the bananas, so you can make the cake better. It's your choice. So we decided this year that let's make cakes. So we have different types, and they're really tasty, and yeah, I really love it.
Wow, very, very interesting. Did you know that you can actually crush bananas and make it an ingredient to make cakes? Very, very interesting indeed. And of course, as you have your lovely, lovely display, would want to know how affordable is it for anyone who's coming in and wants to purchase any of your cakes? How affordable are they?
They are actually really affordable because we have like, okay, the highest price here is actually 10K only. So we have, and the lowest price is 2,500. And when we have the medium size at 5,000 only. So it's really affordable. Anyone can buy. Yes.
Wow, very, very interesting, as the students from the Food and Nutrition Home Economics Department have put out a lovely, lovely display today as they are exhibiting their amazing, amazing work. Well, it is important to learn and recycle plastics. Well, the government has always emphasized the process of recycling and not dumping or throwing away our plastics. And of course, NEMA is also in the process of abolishing certain unwanted plastics that do contaminate our environment. Well, here with me is the arts and crafts class, and they have put an amazing display on how best you can manage waste, specifically how you can manage plastics. So here is a garbage fountain, and they are going to explain to us how they came up with this and what inspired them, and how this can help develop not only them as students but also their communities. Thank you very much, and you are on the Education Forum. Tell us your name and talk more about this project.
My name is Nakasi Tamulilo Caroline from 5B, a student of Trinity College Nabingo. So this is our garbage fountain. We got the idea to create something decorative. Making it decorative, hence getting materials to recycle and manage waste in our environment. As our theme says, to produce a holistically girl through innovation and creativity. So this is to meet the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. So we have got all these plastics, put them together to come up with something very creative. So this garbage fountain is consisting of many things like the plastics, the bottle tops, Some are got also from the remaining waste of toilet plastics. And we made sure that we put some mortar, the stones, to bring out the beauty of this fountain. So this fountain can be put in different areas, in your homes, in your hotels, outside on the balcony, anywhere, mention it. It looks very, very beautiful anywhere you would like to put it. So the water is pumped from this basin and taken up through the pumps, and then it is brought through the pipes up, and then it is brought back down, and then the process continues. So this project was made by 5 of us. We are 5 students in this class, and all of us are from Form 5. So we brought up our ideas, our thoughts, put them together, and came up with this fountain. Due to the reason we have a fountain in school, but it does not function. So we wanted to create a portable one, and one that people will see and use, because we innovated a different fountain, but in a better version. Yes, thank you.
Okay. As the new curriculum is promoting innovation and creativity, this is a true display of what our curriculum is focusing on. And over to my right over here, we have a young lady who is also going to tell us more about this fountain and what inspired you, number one, as the 5 of you, to come up with this idea.
My name is Ahereza Anita from Trinity College Nabingo, and I'm in Form 5. So to add on what my colleague has said, this fountain, the garbage fountain, it uses electricity to work. It is the one, this energy provided, it is the one that forces water to move up. So as you can see, this is the water flowing. There is a submersive pump down in here, and then it will go to this tubing, and then which will bring the water in here to flow. We decorated it in such a way that it is, since we are art students, to bring out the shape and coming water, and it is decorative in such a way that you can hear the soothing sounds of the water, which can make you comfortable, meaning that if you can use it as an interior design, a centerpiece, you can put it in your office, homes, and all that. And then we did this out of the garbage. Why we called it garbage? It is because that as art students and the people who want to protect our nation, to recycle materials and then put it in this in order to sustain the environment.
We live in a community where it is important for us to properly dispose our rubbish and our garbage. And very many cases have been registered of people not handling their garbage very, very well. So here with me are the students of the Robotics Club, who are going to be explaining to us their amazing, amazing innovation. And they've innovated something called a smart bin. And they will be guiding us and explaining to us how it works, what inspired them to make this smart bin, and how it can be used. Hello and welcome to the Education Forum. Tell us your name and explain to us this amazing project.
Thank you. My name is Asimwe Gabriela, and I'm in 3Y at Trinity College Nabingo. So basically, the Robotics Club came up with the idea of a smart bin. This smart bin works to carry out environmental conservation through enabling people to dump in their rubbish or dispose it very well. Now, how it works, the dustbin has different components, such as the breadboard, the LED lights, which are here. We have the jumper wires, we have the ultrasonic sensors, the servo motor, and then the Arduino board, which is basically the microcontroller, or what we call the brain of the system. So when we plug in the microcontroller or the Arduino board, we'll be able to, let me say, send signals to the different parts of the system, the different electronic parts. Since the Arduino board is connected to these different parts, it'll be able to activate them and enable them to start the working of the, let me say, the basic system, the way the system is supposed to work. So first we have the ultrasonic sensors. These ultrasonic sensors send sound waves. Within this first one sends the sound waves within the range of 50 centimeters. A 50 centimeter range, for example, when a person stands between 50 centimeters to the ultrasonic sensor, the waves are reflected back to this sensor. Once they are reflected back, the signals are going to be sent through the jumper wire to the servo motor. Now basically this part here is the servo motor. Once the servo motor receives the signal, it's going to open accordingly for basically 3 seconds or until the person leaves the range of the ultrasonic sensor. Then we have the second ultrasonic sensor positioned inside the smart bin. The one positioned inside the smart bin tells us the levels of the trash in the bin. Basically, the trash levels are detected when they are 20 centimeters to the curve of the bin. So when it reaches 20 centimeters to the curve of the bin, signals are sent through the jumper wires to the breadboard, whereby these green lights will light up to show that the bin is full. Basically, we did not want the stereotypic idea of using a red LED because basically in different situations you can see when there is something about danger or when something is full. Most people prefer to use the red lights, but according to our project, we decided to innovate something new, which was about the green LED lights, which will light green to indicate the bin is full. So whenever someone wants to empty the bin, they don't have to come and keep on checking to see whether the bin is full. They just need to see whether the light is on or off. Yes.
Very, very interesting over there. It is a smart bin. You get close to it, it opens, it warns you when the trash is full. And it's amazing what this new curriculum is doing for our students. They are really innovating and coming up with amazing, amazing ideas. That could be the future. As we can see, our smart bin will be able to help us with our proper garbage disposal. And over here to my right is also one of the innovators of this amazing smart bin. Tell us your name and explain to us more about this smart bin.
So my name is Nava Casilia Georgia. I'm in 3Y. So this is a smart bin. As she has explained, the electronic part of the smart bin. Basically, electronics is the powering of the bin, and the things that they use to power, the ultrasonic sensor, the servo motor, the jumper wires, the microcontroller, the breadboard, the LEDs, and the USB to transport the programmed work to the microcontroller so that the bin can work. So the breadboard uses the connections. The microcontroller controls the system of the bin. The ultrasonic sensors, they sense a person, and then the second one senses the trash level. The LEDs produce light. The blue one is specifically for lighting in the dark to show the position of our bin. Then the servo motor enables the bin to open automatically, since it opens at a rate of 180 degrees, but we programmed ours open at 90 degrees. That is why when it opens, it can close after 3 seconds. Yeah, then.
But in this case, we decided to use the available resources, which is a PC, of which this basic smart bin uses only 5 volts of electricity. It doesn't need that much electricity to be powered. Thus, it's more efficient in cases like, let me say, hospital cases where we are not supposed to be touching these compartments as we dump in rubbish, or it would have even trended in the COVID-19 era when we are not supposed to touch such dirty surfaces, thus enabling people to control the spread of germs and also continue to enable sustainable development and environmental conservation.
for a smooth running of the school, the head teacher herself is going to explain to us the theme that is empowering girl-child holistically through innovation and sustainable development, and what exactly it entails for future development, for innovation, for creativity, and how best the theme can help a girl child and their community. Here with me is the head teacher of Trinity College Nabingo, and I'm very excited to have her here on the Education Forum. Trinity College Nabingo has stood the test of time for over 83 years. Founded and established in 1942, it has maintained its values of compassion, integrity, and of course we would want to know, how has the school itself, you being the head teacher, kept these core values?
Thank you very much. I'm happy also to interact with you, and even hearing that you are Sozi, Mrs. Ranga Immaculate Nasozi, the head teacher, Trinity College in Nabingo. We welcome you to Trinity College in Nabingo as we celebrate our curriculum fair, where the girls are exhibiting their skills from what they've studied from classroom. Trinity College in Nabingo, established in the year 1942 by the White Fathers, was set on a firm foundation grounds and with a strong vision of producing an all-round student, an all-round person, and it has core values. Our values are 5. That is, we have love, we have integrity, we have excellency, we have justice, as well as peace. We've done our level best to ensure that these values are maintained through holding activities that mold the children. We so much embrace we embrace all that brings an all-round person. At the same time, we encourage the children to be as one, to treat each other as a friend. We discourage anything that has to do with bullying, isolation of others, so that the spirit of love is sustained. And we uphold excellency. Whatever we do, we target into excellency. So doing the best out of everything. Let it be sports, let it be music, and even academics. All teachers, all students have been tuned to give the best. And the children are encouraged always to aim to get the best out of themselves. And in so doing, we've been able to achieve that, that position of standing high all the time.
Well, that is really, really amazing, having these core values instilled in girls for generations and generations. Well, coming to the theme of today's exhibition, empowering child holistically through innovation for sustainable development. What inspired this theme for today?
This theme did not just drop. We had several ideas being brought together. And from the so many ideas, we zeroed at, first of all, uplifting a child, and then ensuring the development of the child, and molding a child as a whole. That is looking at the head, looking at the heart, looking at the hands. So that's why we came up with empowering the girl child holistically through innovations for sustainable development. Innovations is coming in, basing on what the government is advocating, as well as the curriculum is advocating. That children are supposed to create things that can help to solve the problems of the society. So we looked at the area of encouraging children to come up with ideas. Those are the innovations. And we were encouraging them to look at those innovations that are related to their problems, to the society. And whoever came with an idea would be asked, how does it relate to the community? And in so doing, I think if you've interacted with them, everybody was trying to show you how the project is intended to help end something in society, solve a problem, to bring development. And sustainability, we're looking at the area of self-sustaining, that whichever child comes out of the education system can be in position to live by herself, to live with a skill, to live with ideas that can help her survive. Not to look up to be a job seeker, but they should be job creators in different ways. So even the group which was talking about the Your Soil, at the end of that day, for them they called themselves consultants who can be looked up for to find solutions that deal with the soil. And that is in the area of agriculture, where we are looking at our country being an agricultural country. So they are standing to bring solutions to farming that has been a challenge to so many people, especially those ones who did not have finances to do laboratory testing, so they can do e-testing. So that is the spirit of each one having a skill that can help us survive even outside school. So that is the background as to why we came up with that skill. Empowering a girl, that is supporting the girl as a whole, that is holistically, through innovations. Those are the ideas that are coming up for sustainable development, something that can bring the country forward, the society forward. And actually, we were inclining it to the theme that has been given. The Ministry of Education has given a theme to Senior 3 class, which is utilization of the available resources for sustainable development. That we so much emphasized using things within their reach and things that are cheap. So that's why you saw somebody creating a fountain using the remains at the site, construction site, using disposed bottles, bringing the rubber tubes that have thrown away, the stones, the slates, in order to come up with a project which is very economical, not using a lot of money. And I think that has been observed, that the ministry intention of being very economical, utilizing what you have in order to survive, comes out in the projects they've done. Yeah.
Yes, we actually saw very, very many projects that were presented by the students, and of course just talked about the garbage fountain, which was very, very interesting, and also urban farming, how you can utilize a small space to farm and grow crops and several other things. Well, our viewers out there also would want to know, what is the objective of this fair?
The first thing is bringing the classroom knowledge into practical, showing that what is studied directly relates to what actually is done outside classroom. At the same time, to relate to the government interests. For example, when you look at what the president is advocating for, there is a 4-acre model, which talks about where so many things are done on a small plot of land, small area, having a lot farming, cattle rearing, fishing. So they used urban city, but at the same time bringing in the president's call of utilizing small plots maximally, but in a very multi-purpose way. That is one thing. Then another thing is to show what the ministry has brought on board of skilling the children. That the curriculum is not about cramming what the teacher is teaching you, but acquiring a skill, even if it is not something to do with the hands-on, you can do the communication. Where the girls were expressing, you could know that even after here, the child will be in position to fit in community, sell herself, marketing. About the collaboration, so we wanted to show how the children can relate, because everything has not been done by one person. It is a team of them, bringing an idea, backing it up as a group, and do it without the teacher. Because I think you've been seeing that the teachers are standing at the site, the children are defending what they've produced. So it is intended even to empower the children themselves, show them that they have the potential. That is, you have the ability. So it is exhibiting the person as a whole, not just an academician seated in class. So that is the curriculum fair. Somehow bringing the classroom to a prototype which is in the real world setting.
Well, bringing the classroom to a reality. And lastly, is the school adhering to this new curriculum?
Very much so. I can say that we could be among, if there are many, okay, the many. If there are few, okay, the few, who are moving as per the requirements of the curriculum, right from the setting, that is the classroom setting, to the teaching, how it's supposed to be done, that is the methodology part of it, the presentation part of it, and then the reporting part of it. We are embracing the new curriculum as given to us. Probably now you are going to ask me, how have you managed? We've done a lot of training of our staff, and we've utilized the National Development Curriculum Center. We've utilized the UNEB personnels, and we've utilized the ministry side to come and talk to the people. We've had trainings, we've attended ministry training. The government has made our school a training center. We've been hosting so many trainings here, and wherever they bring to train, they ask for 2 people to represent a school. For us, being that we are the hosts, we can take in like 10. Because those ones, they are locally facilitated by the school. The ministry will facilitate the 2, and the school will facilitate the others, who go back and train the departments. So probably that's how we've benefited and been able to adopt and pick on the new curriculum so that it is implemented as per the requirements.
Thank you very much. There you have it from the headmistress of Trinity College Nabingo, Mrs. Luanga Immaculate Nasozi, discussing further with us how they came up with the theme of today's exhibition, how they've been able to move around and accommodate the new curriculum that was rolled out in 2020. Thank you very much. Thank you. It was lovely having you today here on the Education Forum, and thank you for having us here at Trinity College Nabingo.
It's also a great pleasure for me, first of all, to host you, because obviously you are not everywhere, but here you are here today. And I can say that it has been quite interesting that even the guest we invited, the Commissioner Secondary, Mrs. Muzora, has honored our invitation. Many people are just learning her, and even the staff themselves, some of them had not got a chance of interacting with her, and hearing her good words, parental, educational, motivational. It has been great. I'm so happy to UBC for having captured this. Thank you so much.
It is also important to note that the students were under the guidance and supervision of their teachers, and these teachers will be letting us know the processes of how they chose these projects and the different affiliations they have to particular projects right here. I'm joined by Mr. Musasizi Stephen, a teacher and member of staff here at Trinity College Nabingo, and he will be explaining to us more about the new curriculum and also the exhibition that has taken place today, and also comparing this new curriculum to the old curriculum that we had. Mr. Musasizi, very welcome to the Education Forum. Please tell us how this exhibition came about and how the students have been able to come up with these ideas and innovate for such a successful exhibition.
Thank you very much. First of all, we began by giving them the topics, areas of study. So it was them to come up with the topic, then look for ways of how to effect it. That's how it began. It was not from the teachers, but the learners, looking at the societal problem. That's what prompted them to come up with the project. And the project was about urban farming. Yes, you realize that most towns, the land is so small to the people. Therefore, we are trying to help people out there to know how to utilize that small land into use so that it's profitable. But it was their view to come up with the project.
Okay. Well, given the new curriculum, it emphasizes and focuses on students acquiring skills that will be able to help them in the future and also improve our societies. Do you feel that this curriculum will be able to achieve that?
Yes, thank you very much. This new curriculum is actually the best so far seen. Reason, it is instilling skills into the students, which skills can be applied out there for survival actually. So the new curriculum, I don't have any bad idea about it. It is effective and it is one of the ways of eliminating unemployment, because having got the skills as a student, you are able to put up your own project and you can earn a living. That's the good thing about the new curriculum.
Would you say that the students have welcomed and are adjusting to this curriculum, or it is taking quite some time?
No, students have already taken up. They are positive towards this new curriculum because of the skills they are really observing and seeing. That's why they are really liking it compared to the old curriculum.
Well, students that were in lower secondary before 2020 used to have the old curriculum. The old curriculum consisted of very, very many subjects, and when the new curriculum came in, it is quite different from the old curriculum. So would you say that this new curriculum is far better than the old curriculum? And what comparisons are there? Are there some subjects that are still part of the old curriculum that have been carried into the new curriculum as well?
You know, the old curriculum, it had, it's a negative effect. But this one now, the intention is to come up with the skills. So what has happened is that people normally now, the students, have liked this one more of the other one, bearing in mind that they are able to get a living out of it. Even if one drops at a lower class, he or she can easily catch up with the world. That's the advantage.
Okay, there you have it from Mr. Musasizi. Yes, there you have it from Mr. Musasizi Stephen, who has been explaining to us how the new curriculum has impacted the students and how best it is for them leading to their future. And quite amazing, we have looked at very many different exhibitors and innovations that the students have come up with, and we can fully say this curriculum will support the future of the students. I'm joined by Mr. Hussein Kato, who is a chemistry teacher here at Trinity College Nabingo, and of course the man behind the science club of this school. And the science club has exhibited several projects, including the STEM project, where they look at science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So he is here to explain to us how best the new curriculum has helped incorporate sciences and innovations in today's exhibition. Hello and welcome.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Please tell us how this new curriculum has favored innovation, especially in science and technology.
Thank you so much. The biggest challenge you have had originally from the previous curriculum was the failure for the science to be incorporated in everyday life. Students would get academic knowledge and fail to apply it. But under this competence-based curriculum, there is that emphasis of telling the learners that what they are learning in school can actually be turned into projects that they can do in everyday life and improve their communities. So here what we are actually doing, we are, after teaching the students or after being involved in the teaching and learning process in class, we go ahead and tell the students, go and apply these skills in everyday life, such as you can be able to solve the problems that you have in your communities. And by doing this is how they end up coming up with these various projects in the various disciplines that you have mentioned.
Yes, very, very interesting, because we actually saw some amazing innovations from the science club. And what has been the process like, especially for these students? Have they welcomed the innovation, and also how are they adjusting to this new curriculum?
It is quite interesting, whereas some part of the public may think that the new curriculum is hard. Actually, this is what the students like most. We have noted that if you want a student to come up with the best project, you limit your involvement as much as possible. Because once the teacher is so much hands-on as far as coming up with these projects is concerned, you limit the students' creativity. But when you task them from what you have learned in class, can you come up with projects? You'll be surprised. They'll come up with things that we ourselves at that age would not have even thought about. So the key thing is really letting the students to think it out and develop ideas based on what they have learned in class.
Yes, thank you so, so much, Mr. Kato Hussein. It has been amazing coming here and seeing the amazing work you teachers are doing for the students, helping them adjust to this new curriculum. We thank you so much for your time. We live in a world of the fourth industrial revolution, and there has been a lot of technological advancement from artificial intelligence, 5G network, and several others. Today here with me is Madame Dorothy Tuli, who is an ICT teacher and has supported different innovations today for today's exhibition. And she is here with me going to explain how this exhibition has inspired the students and the different projects they have come up with. You're most welcome to the Education Forum.
Thank you so much, Madam.
Yes. Our viewers, of course, would want to know how this, the change of curriculum has incorporated technology and how best it has worked or is working for the students right now.
Okay. Now, according to the curriculum that we are handling currently, definitely all our subjects integrate ICT, and really teachers have embraced it, given that the learners that we currently have are digital natives. They are used to technology, they are born with technology, so their kind of learning should still be enhanced with technology, which they love most. Yes.
Yes. Way back, it was more boys interested in technology. And now times have changed. Would you say girls are interested in technology nowadays? And how well are they handling the use of technology?
Okay. Now with our girls that we have here, since it is even a single school, with all ICT skills, they are in love with it. They are skillful because they are not submissive, they are not inferior of anyone. They are the people in place, they are the students that we teach. So with ICT skills, they are very okay and enriched in using it. Yes.
Would you say ICT is promoting innovation, since the new curriculum focuses on students being innovative? Would you say ICT has pushed students to be more innovative?
Definitely, ICT has pushed students to be innovative in a way that in all the new technologies that come up, people want to see it working. For example, if we start with the lessons that we deliver, we need to see the technology working, in that if a teacher comes with the yellow notes, the learners will completely get bored. But then if you come up with PowerPoint presentations, if you come up with videos, if you assign them give them an activity and they have to research, that is what they really want. And it tunes them into real learning, because everything in everyday life, everything is about technology now. Even communication, technology. Learning, technology. Everything, it is technology.
So clearly, the government has done an amazing job pushing the agenda of this curriculum, as it is favoring the students and, of course, finding ways to improve their lives and also empower them with a lot of skills and encourage them to be innovative. Thank you so much, Madam Dorothy. And we are grateful that we get to experience and have and incorporate ICT into our day-to-day lives. The lower secondary school curriculum that was rolled out in 2020 with an aim of enhancing students' and learners' needs in skill enhancement and in skill development has led to such innovations. Well, we move over to the Commissioner Secondary Schools, who will be letting us know the government's stand on such innovations.
The government rolled the lower secondary competence-based curriculum 5 years back, and today we are celebrating the product as we receive the students in senior 5. And here at Nabingo, we have been at the curriculum fair, and through the intentions of government, by rolling out the CBC or competence-based curriculum, are being realized. Because from what we have seen here at Nabingo, the girls are very, very, very confident. They put theory into practice to look for solutions to to society problems. And so that was the mind and the objective behind rolling out the competence-based curriculum, that we should not just keep theoretical when we have a multitude of society problems around us, that we should use available materials, available resources to address some of the challenges. So far, with the lower secondary competence-based curriculum, we are very proud that none of our learners is a failure in life. Each one of them has got a skill, each one of them has got a competence, even collaboration, the collaboration that the students exhibit when they are working on these projects and products. They work together, there is resilience, they try and fail, but keep trying. Then there is hands-on, then there is bringing what they learn in class, like the Archimedes principle here, which we saw, solving the problem of traffic. You know, the physics, the theory in physics is brought into practice. So the CBC results are making us in the ministry very, very happy, and I know the government is very happy. At the release of results, even the minister was very excited about what we see in the projects of these learners, and particularly what I've seen here at Trinity College Nabingo, even for the advanced level transitional competence-based curriculum that has been exhibited here. I was amazed, I was very inspired, and I have a good story now to take to my teams in the ministry, that even the S5 CBC has already caught fire, everybody's in it. And besides this group of senior 5, although we had two classes, but a bigger group of it is the CBC product, which didn't know about the theoretical teaching. So we are happy as ministry, we are happy as government secondary, and we are happy as a country to see our learners being holistically prepared towards skilling and problem solving through what they learn, and when they are in the center of the learning process as the owners of learning themselves. I would like to commend Trinity College Nabingo and a few other schools that have, for this year and for the years past, had a specific time to exhibit in form of career curriculum fair, where the learners are given time to think about a product in relation to addressing a societal problem and basing on what they learn by integrating the knowledge from the different subjects, coming out with a product to address a problem. So we would like to encourage all the schools, and I would like to thank the parents that are supporting their children and cheering them on. And when these children have a vision of how they can solve a problem. For example, today I was very, very inspired by the project, the prototype of the solution to garbage and environmental protection, that the girls mentioned that they got the idea from the unfortunate happening that took place at Chitezi. And so the senior 5 class that showcased their project of getting a garbage processing and collecting and handling project. They said that when they saw Chitezi incident, they saw that there was a lot of resource that killed people, yet it would have been used for manure and processed and got degraded. So I was so inspired, and I encourage others to take on.
And that wraps up today's episode of the Education Forum, where we were at Trinity College Nabingo for the curriculum fair with a theme empowering the girl child holistically through innovation for sustainable development. Until next time, bye-bye.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Come on, mo pocket, tambula body street, issues are my target. We are what? Unstoppable. We are what? Unstoppable. I'm in a plantation, but on a global mission, internet ambition, full